Good morning everybody. I think it's day 25 of Camino Frances, but actually I've given up. Look at this beautiful building and the bike behind me here. That's the monastery of San Marco, which also had a very dark past during the Civil War. There was people interred there. It's like a concentration camp, but it's still a very beautiful building. Now a big luxury hotel. I'm starting off in the dark today because it's going to be very hot, so I don't even know if you can see me. I'm just crossing over the river, because you always have to cross over a river when you come out of a town. Blackbirds are singing. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's quite cool. I'm sorry about the state of me. I meant to wash my hair last night, but one thing and another, I've got out the shower and I'd forgotten. So I've had to put it up today. I don't think it'll be long before my sun hat's on anyway. So walking to Villadangos today. I think it's about 13 miles, so hopefully be there for 1 o'clock today, so beat the heat. I mean, it's only April, can you believe this? I don't know how people walk this thing in August, but there you go. Let's go and see what we see today. The sun's coming up over Leon. We're walking, we've walked through all sorts of quite interesting areas, all the suburbs. Now we're in all the housing, but it was all like cafes and workshops and stuff before, but still lovely and cool. They finally decided to start putting some signs out, so it means that you can walk along without looking at the pavement all the time, although you do have to look at the pavement because it's all sorts of different levels, and if you're not looking where you're walking, you find yourself in a hole. So right, crack on. I think we've got a bit of a road junction coming up. A funny thing happened today. I got into Villadangos, and me and Alan got into the van, and I'm sat there looking at tomorrow, and I've only got 7 miles to do tomorrow, and you know I sat off early this morning, so it's only 12 o'clock. I've got 7 miles to go to hospital, so I just thought I've got some miles left in my legs today, so put my shoes back on, and I'm gonna go for it, and we'll just see how far we get. There is a little village about 2 miles up the road, but if I've got it in me, I'll walk to hospital, and then that'll save us another day, and I can either get a taxi back or Alan will come and get me. But I just want to show you just that beautiful view. Look at that. Snow-capped mountains, just, I mean, apart from all the traffic and the lawnmower and the very sad looking field, but there are things growing. Been a bit roady today, but no, I've got it in me. I'm going to press on. Who'd have thought it? Okay, so today I walked to Villadangos. It was very roady all day, and I got in, it wasn't even 12 o'clock, so I just decided I was going to walk to Hospital de Ortega, and I got here and thought maybe I'll get a bus back to where Alan is, and I missed the bus, so dear Alan is coming out to rescue me. How amazing. So I'm just stood here on a traffic island waiting for my man, and he should be here very soon. It's been a very, very, very long day. I will be glad to take my shoes off. But I think it was a good move. It saved me a day, so that's good. Good morning, everybody. Day 26 maybe of Camino Frances. We stayed in a little campsite last night. Had a very peaceful night, mind you. After that 20 miles yesterday, I think I could have slept on a clothesline. I've developed a new blister. You'll all be very interested to hear, but I think it's going to be all right. We had a bit of a disaster this morning. We woke up and noticed that the gate was across, so I was trying to be all chill and saying, oh, it's okay, we'll we'll just go when the people wake up. But thankfully there was another couple, and the lady's walking, Sue, and her husband went up, and despite it having a padlock round, the padlock isn't actually round the gate post, so he just slid the gate past back, and we were able to escape. So I haven't had my proper normal chilled morning before I set off, but it'll be fine. It's about 7:30. I think I've got about 13 miles to do today. Just coming into the pretty little town of Hospital that I briefly saw yesterday, but I'm going to show you the oldest Gothic bridge in Spain. Some of the spans of it have been replaced. I think there's only about 2 spans that are still working. I have to show you these as well. These are everywhere. Irrigation ditches. It's just so refreshing when you're walking along, and even just to hear the water is beautiful. So enough waffle from me until we get to the town of Hospital de Orbiga. So this is the beautiful bridge over the Rio Orbigo. I mean, it's a massive bridge, but a lot of it doesn't go over the water anymore. I do love to see the water. It was meant to have been here back in the Middle Ages, that a knight decided for some unknown reason that he was going to have a bit of a battle, and he ended up killing loads of people. I think he was trotting over his bridge or something. Maybe he was a troll actually, not a knight. Anyway, after his bloody spree, he then decided that he was going to do the pilgrimage to Santiago. I don't really know what the point of the story is, but that was the story. Well, partly. So, as I say, it's a beautiful morning. Not a mad one today, just nice. Might get hot later, but it's a beautiful, fresh, cool wind blowing. Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't know what this says. I think it just says that it was restored, and I think this is about the knight Severus de Auvignons. Anyway, so yeah, you wouldn't think of this as Spain, would you? It looks more French to me with all this cobbled stones and that. But yeah, pretty little town, isn't it? Here, so I'm trying to hold my camera straight. It is just so tough on your feet. The bigger pebbles just dig into the soles of your feet and push your shoes onto your feet. It's not so good, but anyway, don't moan. I'll push you up a little bit so that you can see a bit of the sky. It's a much better day than walking up through the next to the road. much nicer, so I shouldn't complain. I'm trying to be very zen today. Not always succeeding, but I'm doing my best. When I saw this, it's just a nice little rest area under the tree. How lovely is that? Nice. So good morning everybody, it's day 27, Camino Frances. I was planning to get up early and walk and, you know, all that malarkey, but I don't know, just didn't happen. So it's now 8:15. I'm just setting off. It's quite cold. I mean, I have got my shorts on, but yeah, it just feels a little bit cold this morning. I mean, I can live with it, rather that than it being boiling hot. So I'm walking to a town called Ponferrada today. Our host from last night said it's a beautiful spot. I believe it was an abandoned village, but it's now being repopulated. So I think it's all going to be slightly uphill today. That'll be a bit of a shock after walking on the meseta. I've taped up my blister and didn't pack a cheese sandwich today because the one that I had yesterday melted, which was a bit of a soggy mess, but I was hungry so I ate it anyway. So let's see what today brings. This is just such a lovely bit of countryside here. Got all the mountains up there. Still the jury's out as to whether that's snow. Don't know. It doesn't really matter though, does it? And all the little dry stone walls. Beautiful. I did stop to see if I could get coffee at the last village, but I had to go inside to order and it was so hot I just couldn't bear it, so I had to come out. So that's okay. I have to wait a little bit longer. I think we've got about another 2.5 miles to get to the next village. I don't really need a coffee, it was just the thought of having one. But it's just so pretty. I've been walking along, you get the odd car, there's one coming now I think, but you can hear cuckoos and sparrows and all sorts of things singing in the bushes, and then in the distance you can hear the donkeys and the church bells because it's Sunday morning. But it's just breathtakingly gorgeous. Isn't this just gorgeous? The forest and all the beautiful lavender and thyme. Seem to be a lot of families with small children walking today too, which is nice. I'll try not to get them in shot. They might not thank me for it. Isn't it gorgeous? I've just had a little stop for a little beer in Rabanal, and I've got about another 3.5 miles today. It's just clouded over. Don't think it's going to rain, but it's just keeping everything nice and cool. I think most of the pilgrims have stopped in Rabanal, so it's gone very quiet. But this is my path. It's very quiet, nice. I might even just walk over on this grass here, because believe me, after walking this far, just walking on a bit of grass makes you feel like you're walking on velvet. It's lovely. Yeah, so I'll catch up with Alan shortly. I think he's going to start walking downhill, and I'll carry on walking up because it's a bit of a climb today and a bit of a climb tomorrow. And then once we get to the top of the hill, it'll be all downhill. A bit like the Grand Old Duke of York. But anyway, let's not talk about that and the coronation and Prince Andrew and, you know, all that malarkey, because I'm just not buying into that. Okay, right, onward. Good morning, everybody. It's I don't know, day 28, I think, of Camino Frances. We're setting off before dawn because I've met up with Molly and Marie Claire and Pepe and Mariano, and we want to be up at the Cross de Ferro at dawn. We thought it'd be really lovely. So I'm just walking through the tiny little town of Ponferrada, which was once abandoned, and they've revived it so that it can provide care for pilgrims. Don't even know if you can see me. Anyway, let's see what happens when we get up there. It's quite an adventure, isn't it? This is an absolutely stunning walk this morning. All the heather and the gorse, all the little wildflowers, all in and amongst. And look, we're right up here in the mountains. It's just beautiful. Hardly a sound at all. Alan was trying to tell me that he didn't think that was snow on the mountains, but the nearer I get, the more, yes, it definitely is. Just little patches left, but you feel like you're totally on top of the world. Just time to think and just reflect on things. Think how much you want a cup of coffee. There are some towns down in the valley down there. I don't know if that's our next coffee stop. Everybody's slightly desperate. But... oh.
Paddleboard.
Uh-huh.
And my cousin was playing with his GoPro, and there was a GoPro mount on the paddleboard. And so he set it up, and I went to go out, and it was funny because my other older cousins were giving him a hard time because he had set it up so it was facing me.
Okay.
And they were like, what, so you can have a shot of your cousin in a bikini for an hour? And he goes, oh yeah. And he like turns it around. It was so funny.
Oh, funny.
He's like a year younger than me or something.
Oh yeah, we're right. We're right.
You're right, you're right.
Look, we got a yellow arrow.
Perfect.
Oh, crikey.